Hello everybody and welcome to another mystery box function challenge. In the purple box there is some mystery math and your challenge is to figure out what it is. You can use the link in the description if you want to try this out on your own, and when you think you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. All right, I'm going to begin with a 0. So 0 gives us 2. How about a 1? And 1 gives us -2. How about a 2? And 2 gives us 2. All right, so maybe we've got, I don't know, that could be a parabola, that could be an absolute value curve, or not curve, function. Let's put in a 3. And, oh, suddenly we're back at -2. That's interesting. So we're going down and then up and then down. So maybe it's trig. I just didn't get any clues because none of these numbers are those non-repeating decimals. Um, I'm going to just try a -1. And then we're back to -2. So that up, down, up pattern does seem to be continuing. Let's do some numbers in between. So let's put in a 1/2. So there, well, that's a big long number with a very large negative exponent. So that's basically 0, but it is a non-repeating decimal. So I think maybe the hunch about trig is right. Uh, hmm. So it's just a little odd that we're putting in the whole numbers and getting whole numbers out. I think what might be going on here is that we have a sort of multiplier inside the parentheses of this function, and it's squishing it. You can see it goes from what looks like the high point up here at 2 down to its low point at -2. So it looks like our amplitude is twice as big as we're used to. So whatever trig function this is, I think it's got a multiplier of 2. So that's the first bit, 2 times something. And then what function is this? Well, it's at its high point at 0, and then it quickly goes down. So if we think about on the unit circle here, if we're starting at 0, this is the point 1 comma 0. The thing that's the biggest is the x coordinate of where this line meets the perimeter of the circle here, and that is the cosine. Cosine is x and sine is y. So sine at 0 starts at 0 and goes up. Cosine starts at 1, and as this kind of goes around, it gets closer and closer to 0. So by the time you're at pi over 2, you should be at 0. Now, we got that at 1/2, and we got the lowest value for cosine, which is all the way over here. That's at pi on the circle, and we got that at 1. So we're already to pi when we are at 1. How is that possible? Well, you get that, so this is the cosine, if you multiply inside. So I think we've got a multiplier of pi times our x variable. So think about how that works. If you put in a 0, of course, this just all comes out to 0. The cosine of 0 is 1, and multiply by 2, and you get a 2. If you put in a 1, this inside the parentheses becomes pi. What's the cosine of pi? Well, this is the point -1, 0. So it's -1, multiply that by 2, and you get -2. And this pi basically collapses the function, makes that frequency happen a lot faster, and so you get a lot of ups and downs in a smaller space. So I think we've got this multiplier of 2, cosine function, and then inside the parentheses a multiplier of pi. Let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, 2 times the cosine of pi x, and we can graph that as well. And there it is. So taller than the regular function because of that multiplier by 2, and then it's going through that period a lot more quickly because of the multiplier of pi. Well, how did that go for you? Did you get trig? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.